never killed nobody with a shotty, and I'm proud, man. I've been about, brother, you was probably in your ass, yeah. When I was young, playing derby off the ground, I never thought I see a gun lift a body off the ground, no. Back then, we're surrounded by vexed men. East Smiths, we don't sing and dance at the West End. Deep shit, couldn't see the signs on the left bend. My cousin smoking food and his supply is my best friend. In my hood, blood is good to stay wise. Drugs, guns, knives, seen them save and take lives. I smoke flowers, tell my youngin' to take time. The streets will take your powers and devour a great mind. We're one of a kind, the life is invention. Most of us are still alive through divine intervention. I give thanks every day for it. I paid attention but never had to pay for it. And that's real, cause another day, another funeral. Another youth slayed by the blade, that's the usual. I ain't afraid, but these days I'm like who's who. We don't share the same circles like a hula hoop. Nah, never been schooled by my principal. I was raised off them morals, rules and principles. Trust me, still a slave to my principle. That the system, all my DNA, all my interviews. Coming where I'm from, event that real. Had to hold on to my son when his friend got killed. It's a vicious cycle. Wanna shut my eyelids when I see my son go through the same shit that I did. Bag of man that died, I can't analyze it. You know them roadsides are real, you can't glamorize it. Nah, I seen things, done things I never talk about. The back of my mind's like a haunted house, trust me.
Yeah, so salute to all the people out there. More love, more power, more unity. Straight coming from Nottingham right about now, you with me. Just here with one of the old school man them from back in the day, you get me? OG them man, you with me? My elders, you with me? So sometimes we have to link back and touch back base with the elders, them, you with me? And this, you with me? All the little meds and all the little vibe, you with me? And show love, that's how we do. But certain times those man always link up and reason on certain high frequent meditation and reasoning, but at the same time sometimes we have to capture these moments because it's very important, because it's like each one teach one and each one teach, speaking power and fire and truth, you with me? But we need to obviously make the community wake up and rise up together, you get me? Together, because togetherness is the key. Right about now we've got a lot of dysfunctional people in the community where we're not bringing ourselves together. So as we're not bringing ourselves together, there's a lot of death with me, because obviously no communication, lack of love, lack of unity, you hear me? So right about now, like I said, I'm just here with, for those who know, J Gold with me, so respect and love for J Gold with me all the time, you with me? So yeah, for those who know him, and this is J Gold. But for those who don't know, I'm gonna ask him to just like you and me say a little piece on himself, and you even let the people know who he is, what he's about. You and me.
Yeah. My name is J Gold. I'm an artist. That means I rap, I write songs, I produce, I engineer. Part of like the Nottingham cornerstone when it comes to hip hop, R&B. I've been doing this for years. Yeah, so basically I've been here for years doing my thing, and as Winty said, like, he's been around man for years as well, you get me? So it's always a good thing. It's good to see what he's been doing, you get me, for the people them. So like when he hollered me and said, yo, you need to come up and check me, it was just only right, you get me, for me to just sit down and hold a meds and a
love our manners, you get me, love our manners, you done man. Yeah man. Yeah, so right about now we're just here holding a vibe. J Go makes his fire music in his basement here, just in his yard, you get me? Just chilling up his little studio.
What you do, you gotta be self-sufficient, you in there. You can't wait on nobody to do anything for you at the end of the day. So that's basically what it is, self-sufficiency. And then being able to, once you learn how to be self-sufficient, then you can be efficient for the people then. You get me? You can contribute back now. You know, I think that's one of the things that we're missing, is like you're saying, a lot of madness is going off in the ends right now, fam. And I feel like obviously a lot of the elders are supposed to be stepping in and doing certain things, but a lot of the elders are still trying to find themselves as well, you get me? And as much as we're elders, a lot of the elders aren't that old, you get what I'm trying to say? So a lot of the elders themselves are kind of confused. I know the intentions are good, because I see man saying, yeah man, come and do this and we should do this and do that and do that, but the man is going to get swallowed up in in Babylon, you get me? Just get swallowed up in whatever society has out there for them, you get me? Instead of like focusing and homing in on what they need to do. Like everybody's just waiting for something to happen, or waiting for somebody else to do something. And then when someone else is doing that thing, everybody's got an opinion and everybody's got, well, my man's not running the thing properly and blah, 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 blah. So for me right now, and it sounds a bit selfish, you get me? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm here for the people them, innit? Like, I say people them, I'm not talking about community, because community is something that's been given to us, not something that we built. Community is this community funding, community projects, we don't deal with them things, we deal with the people. Right, so I'm saying is people have to be able to, like myself, I have to be kind of selfish to an extent for me to build myself. But while I'm building myself, like, it's not that I'm not going to have nobody around. People can be around me while I'm doing it. I'll be around people while they're building their selves in very. But I just think certain actions people aren't ready for just yet. Or they're ready for it, but they're not the person to do it. Like, somebody has to stand up and do certain things in it. That's just all it was. I just wasn't waiting for studio time. I'm waiting for no links in London. I'm waiting for no beats from nobody, you get me? I just thought, you know, I'm just gonna do all of this myself. Me and Gully, me and Gully built our little studio. Shout out to Elements, they gave us our first studio, you with me? And then from there, even that, and then I'm having to pay rent on another building, as well as pay rent on my home. So I said, you know, I'm taking it out of that building, and the money's not going back into anything that I'm paying rent to. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's just going into the pocket of some dude, you with me?
I can't count how many times I spent nights broke, trying to walk a thin line on this tightrope on my grind. All my life I've been a nice bloke, trying to stay afloat in the fire on an ice boat. You get it? I see the bigger plan, but it's hard to stay on course when you gotta go court to see a little man. Real talk is draining loads of energy. Beef with my heart, I'm a B-Mo's my enemy. Pops keeps popping up like someone's popping up. I wanna bust but my songs ain't popping up. My little bro's on the block, shots popping up. Couple big friends from the end. Can't get a job but my cousin got work for me. He's like, hey, take this, come and work for me. Should I take the opportunity or stick to the script and stay doing me?
Some dude, you with me? So I just started doing it here. And obviously people then come and check me. I produce beats, send people beats, people come here, record, just do everything in-house, like literally, do you get me?
It's true. Because like you were saying, obviously, you got to start from scratch, and obviously at first you're trying to give people something. That's why you like you're saying you're paying for the rent or you're doing this, that, and the other. But people not realizing, you get me, what you're trying to give the people. You with me? It doesn't take one man to build an island. It takes everybody to contribute to make that island flow and build and flourish. You with me? So as a collective now, if everybody was working together, we can have these things, we can obtain these things and make these things sustain and live. You with me? That's why they usually say certain black businesses don't last this, that, and the other length of the time. You with me? But obviously, like yourself, you thought, no, you can't be like that. You have to keep things moving one way or the other. You with me? Same as myself. You with me? I've been through certain little things trying to give these things through. You've seen it, but you know this thing, you know who man is. You get me? So man, are trying to give something to the community as a young blood myself. You with me? Coming from a young G myself, now to becoming a circle, another elder now. Because obviously we're still, even though we're young,
you're not a younger than
so you with me? You're younger than me now. So as I'm getting older, I have to obviously fall in line as an elder and say, what am I going to do for the youth? You with me? As certain elders should have done for us. So little me, obviously trying to get this building and trying to run these workshops and these programs and this unity and community and all these things there. It takes the parents and the people, and obviously who this is for. It's like FUBU, for us, by us, for the people, by the people. So as we're trying to give to the people, it's only right that people come and try and help, because it's their children what we're trying to obviously give, like you said, these studios and times to. You with me? If you didn't have to go through your little things to obviously say, you know what, yo, man can come here and do a little music thing. Because obviously, you know, man can't get obviously free studio time or certain studio time in certain places. So if it wasn't for man like you still connected to certain man who on badness or around badness and say, yo J Go, let me come and do a little one tune or rare where you can steer them in that right way, they need mans like us. But we need obviously support from obviously the elders too, because You and me, you've got children, I've got children, you have to mind your own children. But at the same time, we're still trying to govern other people's children and trying to steer them on the right way too. But they need to come on board and help that thing too, because like I said, it takes the village to raise everybody. Each one help.
Also with with things like what you're trying to do comes great responsibility, because sometimes you'll be looking for you're saying oh, you need help from elders. But what I've come to realise, fam, is that, like you're saying, we're in that middle lane kind of thing, because we still got elders above us. We're not the elders, you get me, but we're elders to another generation, yeah? We might not get the help from that older generation, fam, but because we are elders now, we can just do the thing. As easy as it is of you saying it, don't get me wrong, it's going to be a struggle. As you know, you're struggling already. You've had to go and do certain battles and certain fights before you can stand up and have a breather and be like, yo, you ready, lads? Let's go to the next stage now. Do you get me?
And we're still fighting tune.
Yeah, fam.
That's how we do. Yeah.
The worst thing about it, fam, is when I say you're gonna have to do it alone, it's not like necessarily like you by yourself, but it is almost you by yourself, fam, because you might not get no help from no elders. You got your help from your queen, your mom and that. Do you get me what I'm trying to say? Like, but that's because she's got not only your best interest at heart, but you're coming from the same thing, so you both want the same thing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that was just a natural thing. But someone that hasn't got that grown with you, really, rah, seen certain things and learned certain things with you, they might not have that same vision, that same perception of life itself. You
but when we look at what's going on in reality though, everybody's people or family is either been there and done that themselves or been a part of that themselves. So as we know now, if you look at all around the country, it's everybody what's going through the same thing. There's shooting and murdering and stabbing going on in Birmingham right now. There's things going on in Manchester when obviously the carnival the other day, but 12 people got shot, you get me? Some shooting between certain man gangs, you with me? Then boom, in London, you get me, man like Raspek and them lot telling me that boom, man are getting shot and killed up there, or you get me, it's a mad thing, they're doing certain things up there as well. So as we're looking up the city, the parents are going through some madness right about now, because the wickedness and the badness has stepped up. When man was fighting back in the day, or man was beefing back in the day, there was levels. Man didn't do certain things, because man didn't violate or go up to man's mum's house or you'll see man on a rebound. You with me? There was certain codes and conducts of the streets. You with me? But man don't have those codes and conducts of the streets now. So
because there's many youth them don't have. Alright then, fam. This is what it is, yeah. And it's a spiritual thing that we're dealing with. And we're not dealing with the physical. Like there's a battle going off right now, fam. And the maddest thing is, the youths them that don't have that conduct, that moral, and that's our fault, fam. Our generation's fault. Cause while we was still trying to be something on road, or even trying to find ourselves, fam, we was lost in that confusion. We was going through that spiritual warfare ourselves. So it's almost like we didn't have, not that we didn't have time for the youths then, we did because it was around us. Youths probably shotting for man, or youths rolling with man while man are doing moves, and do you get what I'm trying to say? So now man are on, got a certain older man now that are just like, well, I'm just on this work thing. So basically you came up, fam, with these youths watching you doing what you're doing, and now you're just on a work team.
And where are they now then?
This is what I'm trying to say. So the youth that came up under you, fam, of course he's not going to come to you and be like, yo, what do you think about rah, this man violated, do you think rah? It's not going to come to you because you're working a 9 to 5, you're not even in tune with the streets no more. As much as you're saying, yeah man, I know rare, and I still do this, and you're not in tune to the streets. Like you're not putting in that shift, you get what I'm trying to say, fam. So there's a younger generation that missed out, fam. Like at least for us, we had an older generation, even though they probably wasn't where we are trying to get to in life, yeah. And they probably was struggling and they went through what they was going through. We still had people that was telling us, nah, young but you can't do that. Or nah. You get me? The youths them don't have that.
Yeah.
Around here, nah, there's nothing to rely on. Same pave you was raised can be the same pave you die on. My brethren Naya, he told me, Jay, press on like an iron. I had my blessing from heaven, I named my son Zion. I'm walking through the valley of stress, little money in my pocket thinking how can it stretch. Baby mother's got that heartburn, maybe I can cure it. She's curious to know if my intention is the purest. It's tough just to think about. Time's hard, I need a job, I starve in the drought. I started work, it didn't work, I swear I did my best. Told me I was perm, but like a vows left me in a mess. JSA on my balls, I need some sanctuary. Said I need a P45 and then they sanctioned me. 2 months left until my son's here. I swear I learned more shit in 9 months than 1 year.
Because man are turned weak. Because obviously certain men are still around you say, yo blood, yo, you're louder than idiot things, you get me? And 1, you're uttering up the ends, you get me? 2, yo, you can't be doing this, that and that, or obviously, or disrespecting a man's mum or disrespecting a man's dad or whatever. Because nowadays I've seen man are punching man's dads, little youths them are punching man's dads, or you could have seen him with obviously the youth with his dad at the time, and all them little man, if you see a man with his dad or his mum or it, you get me, you just look at my man and say, alright, cool. And you get me, you just lie, you know, and he knows what it is. But now man think that they're better than everybody, better than the mom, the dad, and whatever.
Our
no respect.
generation has taught the youths them that, fam. This is what it is.
No, because our generation didn't go on like
fam. Alright then, who was it that was giving the youths them whaps? Who was it that
it's always going to be the elders.
Right, so this is what I'm trying to say. So you can't be an older and be on some moral high horse when you was giving you whaps 5 years ago, 10 years ago. You can't be on that moral high horse.
At the same time, you got different type of man though, because you got man what we're giving the whaps because obviously they're promoting the idiotness, right. And obviously yeah, Ray, go and do your thing. Yeah. Or man are giving them the whaps because obviously one you got violated, yeah. and he's thinking, you know what, he's gonna get the whap anyway, you know me, or just protect yourself, yeah, kind of thing.
I hear that. Either way,
it's wrong.
Still falls back to us though.
Yeah, but I'm saying either way it was wrong. But or you got certain man on the other scale who say, no, blood, you know what? Boom, that's not even the way to go about.
Yeah, of course, but that man that's saying that.
Don't watch that.
That man that's saying that, the youth's not looking up to him. The youth's looking up to the man that's driving the Beamer, the Benz. You get me? That's got the big chain on. The same brother that even if he didn't commission the thing, like say, yeah man, that's cool, you can go run, you can go and do the thing, man still did not step in as an older to try and sort out something, because he might have even still been in beef with the ends that they used beefing with in the first place, fam. When it's so easy for that person, like you're saying, there's man that are related to man from certain ends and not in them small, we already know this, fam. It's nothing for couple conversations to get made, yeah, fam, before certain things get out of hand. It's happened, fam. How many times you've already seen it, fam? You get me? That call gets me, man, after me talk.
Yeah, that's only when real niggas do real things.
Yeah, but how many real niggas is there?
Real niggas ain't behaving real nowadays.
Fam, there isn't a lot of real niggas here. And this is where we're struggling. And the real niggas that are here aren't on road, fam. They've done what they've already done. You get what I'm trying to say? Alright then, a real nigga might be someone like you. You get me? That's on this positive thing. Do you get me? So yeah, you can go and talk to certain youths, but that's only one man. If there was 5 of you, fam, and there's 5 of you who was connected, it's power in numbers. We already know about power numbers. I'm not talking about power numbers, how many youths you can get to. You need to work out power in numbers of how many man can get to youths. Do you get what I'm trying to say, fam? Like, and then we can deal with, yeah man, this is how many youths were affected.
But I've reached out to certain of them man, you get me, from Bill, certain of them man from Meds, certain man in Rally are obviously connected.
And I'm not even blaming man, all
they need to step up their self. Man even don't know their self.
Them man not ready yet.
And when they see man, obviously man know what time is and what man are about and what man are on, because
I don't blame them for
man
it.
show them badness, you with me?
Yeah, but you can't blame man for it, because
no, but they know better though. They're talking better, but you're not doing better.
If a man's talking better but not doing better, to me he doesn't know no better.
So that means obviously we already know certain man are actors anyway. But you see man like myself, boom, man, we come from here. That's what I'm trying to say. When we were doing certain things, yeah, the elders, we had certain elders what would say, yeah, boom, because they know that man was hot-headed man. We wasn't troublemakers, you get me? But if man get the trouble, then man handle the business, you with me?
Yeah.
But the elders knew that, alright, then cool. Obviously, for you man to be going doing this, the X, Y, Z, it's because obviously, man are trying to obviously take man for idiot, you with me? And obviously, man don't play that thing there, yeah? So then obviously, the elders used to be saying, no, don't do this or don't do that or rare, you with me? But they wasn't obviously about doing certain things necessarily themselves, but respect is respect. So you had your man like, say like your barbers, you get me? Certain man like CC, you with me? Man like Connies and certain man who man respect your frampons and all them man day. Man grew up under them man day.
Man are putting work. And it doesn't even necessarily, I'm not saying, oh man, I've put in work on road and rare. I'm talking about in terms of
this hood look,
being around the people,
yeah, growing with the people. Yeah. So when they spoke to obviously bad youths like us, we respected. Oh yes, coming from Barbara.
Yeah, but then this is where it was all fucked,
coming from that man.
You had man from different areas that wasn't mixing in other areas. So a man there was only about to go Rade or stand an older that was connected, probably related to somebody that was able to mix with man and rah, but only to a certain point. Do you get what I'm trying to say, fam? So it wasn't really a thing where any one person had that universal thing where he was fully respected in every
You know what I'm saying? But each man in their ends had certain elders who was around them youths that we could relate to them and talk to them. You know?
Yeah.
But then
But how many of them?
But then it got to a point that boom, either they stopped doing it, where outside man never stopped on outside. I can't speak for other ends, but man on outside never stopped talking to us, trying to tap in certain things. That's why man I got the seeds, even if it starts from home.
Of course,
you get me, like you said about your mums and your rare. But
yeah.
even when you're on the streets, you still need certain elders to govern you on the right path.
100%.
You with me? Because that's your street family.
Of course.
You get me? So if your street family's fucked, then you're fucked.
100%.
You with me? So some of our elders had to do that. They were in place to obviously guide us on the right side, even though we may fuck up or make our own mistake. But like I said, I don't know what's going on the other side, but certain man was corrupting them man to come and do foolishness and come round to different ends and do rare te. Where we was from, in our end, we didn't, man couldn't do certain things without obviously, you know, like when you see in America or see in London, there's an order pack, you get me? If a man was doing a thing, everybody knows about it, or somebody certified to, yeah, man's gonna go to that end and do some reckless thing, but nah, because there's no order, everybody's doing what they want to do. No big money saying, yo, fix up
no
to the
disrespect to them,
and get in line and say, you know what, that's not proper,
This
that's
what I'm
not
saying,
proper.
but no disrespect to them, fam, but where are they now? There's only a few man that out of who you mentioned, yeah, that are still for the people then. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, and I'm really mean they have full on interaction with the people then every single day. Do you get what I'm trying to say? They'll talk to you, they'll sit down with you, they can give man experiences. But out of all them elders, where's the winter? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Where's the older winds that you came under? That opened up the MOOR lion den. You had to do it yourself, fam. So this is what my point is, fam, yeah? It's this middle generation that we was the main influence on the younger generation, alright? We're the ones that have got to start doing the fixing. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Because that older generation they're doing whatever they're doing, fam.
But if someone their children nowadays,
yeah, but
their children are picking up off their reputation. Their children
so
getting squeezes in different ends and thinking that
your
they're
child
the
might,
man.
you know, your child might be bad, yeah, and you might not be the person that has the influence on their life to make them do better. You might be raising them as good as you can, but their main influence might come from a stranger or someone else that they looked up to. So I hear what you're saying about it's people's children and whatever, but still, your children's going through this, but
sometimes they heard mommy or daddy was about this, that, or the other. So sometimes people pick up family titles now because Ray is my cousin or this one's my brother. So that's what, like you said, yeah, from back in the day. We picked up a foolish way because, like you said, it's been going from back in the day. So you got certain mans of today because their name is this, that, the other, or their family is this, that, and the other. They think they're rude boys or certified, we're not necessarily a gossip. So really and truly, it's not even about that no more, whose family is from this or who's from that. It's about just living good with everybody, because when you go back to the root of it, most families dealt with each other, most families lived in love, most families came from the Caribbean and lived in struggled together and lived in one house and slept together. You with me? And go to work and eat great food together. So those we need to like go back to and say, yo, if the youngster are obviously going on a certain way, it doesn't matter what ends man come from or who's this person or who's that person. It's about knowing that somebody is obviously, somebody's family. Your elder probably knows them. If you see them, give them one nod, or if not, just hold your face and go through.
You knew certain times you'd be walking through town and someone would be like, yes, young blood. Yeah, and you're not sure who they are, but you probably think, they know my dad or
so you just nod back,
my uncle or rah. It was always a respecting, of course, understandable. Like I'm saying that, I think, fam, we're not to even look up to another generation to make the change, because we can start the change, but it might be the generation underneath us that might, you get me, make this thing flourish, come into fruition, you get me? But like you're saying, it's a warfare that we're dealing with, and everything that we're kind of talking about is even still on the outside. Like the youths, them, can't think about it, from when you're born, the first thing that gets tainted on you is your brain, and then it's your brain that teaches you how to learn, right? You learn through your brain, and then it goes to your heart, would be the second thing that gets tainted. Then once it's the heart, the soul, you get me? And that's what we're dealing with now. Like, we got to start dealing with the soul first, fam. I'm not talking about Christianity or Muslim or I'm talking about energies and
soul
spirit.
Being,
you get what I'm trying to say? The true you.
See, I'm saying at the same time, the true you, fam.
So I think we need to deal with that, and we can teach people how to do it, but it has to start with that.
But a lot of men are acting out, they're not being their true self. So man are living up to like some book. That's like when they do see man, they be like, man are on this or man are on that. You get that proper rare, but don't be saying that I'm giving man the props and saying that's proper rare. Man like you get me, need to be on board of these things, because you with me? Like you said, the same way I am, it's like he says, if I have 5 of me, or whatever, certain things will be done, because man don't play that. So at the same time, they need other man from this side, that side, this side, even my own side, to say, you know what, but no, real talk what man's saying. We need to start taking back the streets, rather than saying, yo, you with me? All these youths don't need to be killing and stabbing each other. It's also media thing, order thing. You with me?
Order needs to
straight like that. You with me? Cause too much life getting wasted. Youths are get from what? Youths 13 in stands getting shot in the face. I know man's pops. No man's pops. You with me? I was in jail with them. They might get me. Enough love to them man day. You with me? I shared cell with the cousin. You with me? I know them man day. You with me? So at the end of the day, it's like if man are on road, they'll be obviously probably thinking, no, you with me, and might be doing mad things because it's their son. But at the end of the day, it's like you're in jail and you can't do nothing. You with me? But at the same time, youths are getting stabbed back and forth. It's more death, more in. They're gonna come and join you in jail. You get me? So at the end of the day, it's a vicious cycle. You get me? Like, no, it needs to stop, fam. You get me? Dude, it does need to stop. Yesterday, another life getting taken again. You get me?
You used to live in this GTA life, fam, like it's a game, fam. You get me? Still living like it's GTA, fam. But again,
that's what I'm saying, the GTA thing, you can obviously turn it off and respawn and really, no, this is real life, you get me?
When it's not happening to you, you still don't understand, fam.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because they're getting stabbed once and twice and thinking, that they're living or surviving, and
you get me?
They're thinking it's good. No, it's a media thing. You get me? And that's what I'm saying to you. Real elders what have been through the wars in the trenches ain't breaking it down to the youths them and saying, yo, blood, it's not pretty getting stabbed, you know. It's not pretty getting shot, you know, fam. You with me? We've been there, we've done that. You get me? And at the end of the day, certain man have done time for that. You get me? Certain man lost their life for that. You with me? So, man's mums have been crying. Man's sisters have been crying. Man have lost their dads or their moms to these things. You with me? It's not no joke thing, you get me, blood? So at the same time, why do you want to add yourself to that list? man need to start freaking wising up to rise up, blood, and start waking up and seeing what time it is, blood. Cause we're just killing off each other while the white man and the suppressors was laughing. I was like, oh, them niggas ain't got no sense, you with me? Another nigga down, another nigga get locked up, another nigga, you get me? Dead under the berry, you with me? It's a mad thing, fam.
It's just, it's just about giving the youths them the right information and then for them to do what they're going to do with it. Because at the end of the day, as a child, your mum can be telling you all this, that. Sometimes you have to go through certain experiences.
You live and you learn.
You get what I'm trying to say? So the best thing for us to do is just keep planting seeds, you get what I'm trying to say, fam? Keep planting seeds and try and deal with youths from their inner. Like, don't be talking to a youth's head. You can't talk to the youth's head, fam. Because their head is right now is fucked and it's tainted. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's stained.
Sometimes you just have to show them something better. So that's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes when I say the parents, when I go back to the parents have to be a part of the betterness. They have to do more. They have to be a part of the more.
They do, but sometimes they can't.
Yeah,
and sometimes they won't.
Yeah, but I'm saying that sometimes they can't and sometimes they won't. But right about now, it's about life or death. They haven't got no choice. You with me? So you have to do what you have to do. You have to be a part of the change. If you're not a part of the change, you're a part of the problem.
But they are. And there's always going to be people that are part of the problem. Because I fully agree with you, yeah? Like, yes, it does start from them. It's the parents, it's the parents, it's the parents.
No, but I'm just only saying that the parents, they want help, but obviously they need to help themselves by coming together, because there's a lot of people out there who are going through the same pain and struggle. So as we come together as a collective, a new army forms, a new gang forms, a family gang forms.
Right, so this is where I was going to get to. You might have to just start from just the love from the people then, and then parents can, because like I'm saying, some parents aren't going to get involved. Some parents are out on road themselves. Some parents are on inside. Right, this is what I'm saying, but some parents, fam, are gone past it, yeah, and that's just a fact. Some parents aren't going to change, but there's still time for the youth to change. You get what I'm trying to say? And there's still time for the.
Some of them do want to change.
Yeah. I'm not saying that.
If they want help and they want to change, then they're gonna come forth and say yeah.
And then it's for the people them to help out. But this is what I'm saying, like, and this is always gonna be the problem, yeah. See, with what you're doing, the good people are always gonna come. The people then that you want to get involved the most aren't the ones that are coming. They're the ones that you probably have to get to and try and convince or try and touch them in some sort of way. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So same with the parents. The good parents are always going to come. The parents that really do want help are going to come. But then you've got some parents that...
Are they going to wait till they lose their children then?
Who? The parents?
Yeah, because
how many parents are out there now that have waited till they lost their children? How many parents
so they should be thinking no more child needs to move this. You get me?
Of course. I'm just saying, like, the realities of it all is just obviously dealing with those that want the help, dealing with those that need the help, yeah, and trying to touch those that should be helped. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So them parents that aren't getting involved, you just do certain little things to just, do you get what I'm trying to say? Because like the same way with the child, fam, that child isn't going to change until they're ready to change in here. It doesn't matter how much preaching and reasoning you give that youth, you know, until he or she deals with that from in here, fam. And this is another thing, this is how we got to work out. I don't know, I ain't got the answers. We got to find out a way how to get to the youth through here instead of through the head and through the mouth.
And they will change, let me tell you why.
I'm not saying they're not going to.
The reason why the youth ain't changing is because the youth are just getting little stabs in the rate and they survive a little gunshot. When they see their, I'm giving you a real thing, the raw thing, when they see their virgin's head get melon wig, box, bow, and it's splattered on their window screen as they're driving, yeah? Or when somebody licks over their mum, sister, etc., and it gets real, you with me? Then obviously reality will hit them because they'll be traumatized. But we don't want them to have to experience these things because a lot of people have been traumatized by certain things. And they have some in bigger cities, in bigger cities, yes. But in Nottingham so far, only on a smaller scale.
Right.
So we don't want, I'm saying to you, remember, everything happens everywhere. But right now, we talk about home. So you're a man who's been traveling out of different cities from years. I'm a black gypsy. I go everywhere. You with me? So I know about badness. I've been around badness. I've got murder friends and certain mad thing and mad people. So at the same time, it's not good when they tell you the stories or things what people have been through. You with me? But it's real life, fam.
Here it's different.
So here is different. So that's what I'm saying. These you take it as a joke thing, like you said. They take it as GTA, whatever, and take it as points. So when certain things serious happens, a man's guts falling out. You get me? Certain man has seen them things, but when it gets real, it has to change their life, because if you don't and they want to go through it, that's on you. You with me? And like I'm saying to you, these are the seeds what you need to plant, because it's not pretty. And these are what real elders need to be telling them. You with me? Because when man gets slashed and scarred in their faces, or man get their gunshot in their legs and legs are missing, I got bread. But we're not here to pretty, but real niggas ain't prettying up the thing. Real niggas are gonna tell you how it is, blood. Right. Them gritty niggas, fam. You with me? Huh? I can go Birmingham, my man, I got stories galore. Stories galore. So when we're in Nottingham, we've got our stories too. But when you check out the things, you don't want the youths of today to obviously experience or go through. So we as elders, we've been through certain things for them. You with me? All that badness what we had to see or go through, you wouldn't want your child to go through that. So I've got certain elders who we used to look up to, who was so-called bad man in Nottingham or rare. You with me? So they need to start telling their children what of maybe following them or following friends on road. Blood, do you know how many friends I've lost to that thing? Do you know how many people have probably OD'd to these drugs or this, that and you, bro? Telling them some real life story to give them and let them sink. If they're not doing that, and you're playing the blind eye to the thing, and you're letting your youths go on the road every day, and this slinging and in this trap world mentality, drill, you get me? Dab, poker, man, whatever. All these foolishness, then he's just gonna pick up the modern day badness, what you left behind, what you ran away, what you tried to steer him off. Because at the end of the day, no real nigga wants their child to go through the things what they went through. If they've been in jail, they don't want their youth to go through jail. If they've got shot, they don't want their youth to get shot. If they've been stabbed, they don't want them to go shot. Whatever things they've been through as a real nigga or a real woman, they don't want their daughters or their child to go through that. So I know that there's good parents out there. So I'm talking as an old. I'm not even talking as a negative, like, oh, we haven't got enough black parents. I'm saying all the black people what are good black parents, which all of them should be. Yeah. So I'm talking about all of them should be. We need to start saying, yo, all them man who I used to look up to. That's why I have to respect certain man who turned out to the thing, because I seen certain man, but certain other man got certain texts too, and I know their youths are on there and they're fearing certain things. Where are you? You need to come out, because at the end of the day, for those who did come out, it's because obviously they know that, yo, I used to make man look up to me. So as man used to look up to them, and I see them there, I have to salute them and say, no, respect, because I used to look up to you as well in certain degree. And that's how it goes. You get me? Because they are man's elders. Even if you might think, no, fuck them man or fuck them man, they're the elders at the time. They're the man who are going with the thing. You with me? So any man what was going with the thing, what your thing done and dusted like that, how come you not, where's your fire gone, blood? How come you not telling the youths them to come, and how come you not coming on board them as a general? And real generals do general shit and say, yo, boom, let's unify the generals and let's govern the youths and the youngers, and and some of them have got money where they can say, alright, then cool. The youths have got money too. Let's make the youths of today get businesses. You get me? Because obviously when we was younger, we wasted so much money. You with me? Let's get with the real elders to say, yeah, let's sort the business out, let's do this, let's do that.
How many of them elders are able to even do something for the youth then? Do you get what I'm trying to say to you? Like, if you're trying to tell a youth to stay off road and rah, how many of them man there that are saying that can say, yo, do you know what, I've got a job for you? Do you know what, in fact, I've got a business partner? Or, do you know what, fam, you're good at selling. I've clocked, you look rare. Do you know what, I've got a rare. No one's not, man are just talking. So this is what I'm trying to say to you, fam. The talking has to, it don't have to done in sense of planting the seed, yeah? But if you keep talking and you're not doing nothing yourself, or you're not doing nothing to help the younger or the youngers, fam, the youth is just gonna go and experience that shit that you're talking about. But all it is, they're just gonna experience it with that seed that's been planted in them.
But what you're saying, we as elders now, I've been there, done that, had the fast P, made certain P, lost certain P. You with me? So as we've been there and done that, Babylon tech certain things are rare. You know that if a youth living certain lives, give him the G code, return, you get me? Make him know that your blood don't make your money go to waste if you're doing certain things or whatever. But at the same time, you with me? Blood. Main objective is get yourself right.
I can do that and bring part of the LTMT business.
Yeah, definitely.
You can do that and bring them to the lines then.
Yeah.
Work in the shop.
Yeah, get an alternative.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But what is the what is the next man saying, and what is he able to do?
But the next man is showing them foolishness. That's the moral one.
Even if it's not showing, even if they're not showing him foolishness, he's still not in a position to be able to even do anything for the youth. So this is what my point was from right at the beginning. A lot of people want to make that change, fam, but they haven't made that change within themselves first, so they can't help. The only thing they can do is just give you, give you advice. They can give you advice on what they've gone through. But like I'm saying, a child or a teenager or a young man, young woman is going to go through whatever they're going to go through. We just have to keep giving them that knowledge and wisdom and hope they don't go through the fuckery, and hope when they do go through the fuckery, they've gone through still with that knowledge and wisdom that we've given them. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
But you can save them 5 years, 2 years, 5 years. If obviously you get them at a good age where you can say, yo, boom. What did the youth then look up to? The youth then look up to badness, or the youth then look up to, like you said, a crowd or something what they can see. Now, if man come down there and there's all heap of man, not just myself or all man, big man from different ends or whatever, so-called elders from different ends, say, yeah, boom, yo, we're linking up at this place or that place. You with me? And then we link up. You with me? And certain man say, yeah, actually, we're gonna go now. We're gonna go rally stands, base area, and talk to these youths, pull up all these youths. You get me? Because we can get them out. You get me? Call them to the park or wherever we're gonna call and say, yo, boom, what's going on? Man, need to done out all this, you know? You with me? Huh? Like I keep saying, blood.
This is what
real generals, real niggas
can do that.
Things.
Not 100% can do that, fam.
It needs order.
And there needs to be, listen, and this isn't from my point of view, yeah. But I can see how the youths are gonna be. They're gonna want an incentive, yeah.
They're gonna say, what can you give? What can you do? What can you bring to me? What am I gonna get?
Man, I haven't even got businesses and jobs to give youths.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say to you, fam? Or even, I'm not saying that everything is money, you know, but you've got to understand what the youths are driven by anyway. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Saying some of these youths may have money, or, get me, or anything, or anything. You can say, boom, this is a new idea. Even if you haven't got money, there's numbers. Numbers make money. So if there's 100 man, 200 man, if each man put £10, £20, you with me? A week of this or that, bro. Watch at the end of the month how much money we're gonna have. You get me? Huh? We're gonna have like a quarter of a milk. We're gonna have this or that.
You don't think the youth are already doing this, but they're just not investing it, and they haven't got nothing to invest. They haven't got the wisdom and the knowledge of what to invest their money into. Do you get me? So this is what I'm trying to say from like.
Yeah, this is not they're investing their thing and maybe buying stupid things, whips, cars, guns, entertaining girl and some foolishness what like we did ourselves. You with me? Because we don't know the thing. So as we don't know the thing, how we've been there and done that, we need to say, yo, boom, don't be wasting your pee on this, that, and the other. You with me? And foolishness when you're going out to the rave, you're spending this amount of grands and rare, you're buying tables and all them things there and entertaining y'all. Allow all them things there. You with me? That's Babylon thing. That's wastery. That's foolishness. You get me? That's some. You get me? There's people starving and hungry in Africa and around the world, and there's people. You get me? Huh? Do constructive things in life. You get me? See the world. Someone don't even leave the ends. You with me? Broaden your mind, fam.
Yeah, man, them have to start building themselves, and while you're building yourself, be around people that can help build you, and around people that you can help build. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because when I'm saying build yourself, it doesn't mean lock yourself away for 5-10 years, you know. You get me? Because while you're building yourself, your brethren might be doing the same thing. So it might just be down to a reasoning, or going down to the den where there's a number of people that are in the same sort of thing. Maybe one person's already fully on his team. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But can help the rest of the man them and the women to get to where it is that they need to get to in order for them to help. But right now, a lot of people are just talking, and that's what it is, and it's been that for a minute. When everyone's jumping on this conscious shit and woke, it's just a word that people just say.
That's what I'm saying, you have to live it, brother. That's why I don't play that thing, you get?
Quick 16, yeah? Jacob, nothing. Another day, another funeral, another youth slayed by the blade, that's the usual. I ain't afraid, but these days I'm like, who is who? We don't share the same circles like a hula hoop. Nah, never been schooled by my principal. I was raised off the morals, rules and principles. Trust me, still a slave to my principle. That the system, all my DNA, all my interviews, coming where I'm from, we've ended that real. I had to hold on to my son when his friend got killed. It's a vicious cycle, I wanna shut my eyelids when I see my son go through the same shit that I did. Bagger man that died, I can't analyze it. You know the road sides are real, we can't glamorize it. No, I seen things, done things, I'll never talk about. The back of my mind's like a haunted house, trust me. Fort Knox, J Gold, LTMT. Shout out More Lions, More Life, done now.